The assistant coaches for Bramwell, Dale Lee and Tom Bailey. Assistant coaches for Paden City, Jamie Natali and Jeff Bowers. The manager for Bramwell is Percy Trent. Managers for Paden City, Rob Blatt and Jeff Hayes. Lions Club host for Bramwell is Art Crimmins. Lions Club host for Paden City is Joe Hogue. And now here are the squads. For Bramwell, number 24 is Alan Baldwin. For Paden City, number 33 is Mark Rexroad. For the Millionaires, number 34, Mose Cuthbertson. For the Wildcats, number 31 is Bill Wax. From Bramwell, number 22 is Anthony Walton. From Paden City, number 35, Lance Heasley. For the Millionaires, wearing number 50, Terry Akers. For the Wildcats, wearing number 13 is Aaron Jones. From Bramwell, number 20, Richard Workman. From Paden City, number 43, Jeff Anderson. For the Millionaires, number 10 is Roy Rice. For the Wildcats, number 21 is David McEldowney. For Bramwell, number 30, Brian Rutherford. And for Paden City, number 25, David Yater. Now your starting lineups for Bramwell at guard. A 5'7" senior, number 12, Chris Shoemaker. For Paden City at guard, a 5'10" junior, number 15, Mike Morris. For the Millionaires at center, a 6-foot senior, number 42, Sean Reif. For the Wildcats at guard, 5'11" senior, number 23, Mitch Kerber. For Bramwell at forward, a 6'4" junior, number 44, Sean Jenkins. For Paden City at center, a 6'6" junior, number 45, Mike Harlan. For the Millionaires at forward, a 6'3" junior, number 40, Lamont Woods. For the Wildcats at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 41, Barry Suter. We're rounding out the starting fives. For Bramwell at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 32, Scott Goins. For Paden City at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 11, Troy Cooper.
It's game time, and the tip-off is next after this message from Davis and Elkins College.
Davis and Elkins College. Just listen to our winning record. Al Hall, Director of In-House Educational Programs at George Washington University Hospital. Varsity basketball, Davis and Elkins College.
Missy Hambrack, a Charleston attorney who was chosen as the outstanding graduate of the West Virginia University Law School in 1986. Varsity basketball, Davis and Elkins College.
Cindy Palmier, College Admissions Director, Varsity Hockey, Davis and Elkins College.
Dwayne Tinsley, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney for Fayette County, West Virginia. Varsity basketball, Davis and Elkins College.
Pam Boyd, Coach of the United States Olympic Handball Team, Varsity Hockey and Basketball, Davis and Elkins College.
Con Davis, President of Bellows International Limited of the Virgin Islands. All-America Varsity Soccer, Davis and Elkins College.
Casey Crump, Head Women's Basketball Coach at Texas Women's University. Varsity basketball and magna cum laude graduate, Davis and Elkins College.
Davis and Elkins College, Elkins, West Virginia, where athletes are students too.
This copyrighted broadcast is authorized under rights granted by the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission through the Metro News Radio Network, solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and account of this game without the written consent of the Metro News Radio Network is strictly prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast have been approved by the West Virginia SSAC and are employed by the Metro News Radio Network. Now, here's Fred Persinger.
The Paden City Wildcats, the visitors on the scoreboard. The Millionaires of Bramwell, they're the home team. Basketball in the air, tip controlled by the home team, the Bramwell Millionaires. Chris Shoemaker, the 5'7" senior point guard, will get it in the front court and start the offensive attack. In the corner, he sends it to number 42, Sean Reif. Now, he's not been active at all in the basketball game so far. Inside to get it to Jenkins. His shot won't go. But the personal foul going to be whistled against Paden City. Reif is not a scorer. He averages about 5-6 points a game, but he does a pretty good job on the boards for the Millionaires, Jay.
Fred, he's a role player. He's a guy that comes in there. He's not asked to do a lot of scoring. Right away, Paden City jumped out in that 2-3 zone, played it very tight, going to force Shoemaker to let him take that outside shot. But Bramwell's electing to go right inside. This is a tough player on the line right now.
Sean Jenkins, a 6'4 junior, gets the first of 2 free throws, and also right away, Troy Cooper picks up the first personal foul.
That'll be a key point to watch. I'll tell you, I know you're ready, Fred. You got that shirt unbuttoned, that tie's loose, and you're ready for a good one.
And Sean Jenkins makes both of them. This is it. This is what it's all about. 26-0 against 26-0 for the Class Single A Championship. 2-0 you score. Bramwell on top. Paden City with the basketball. Far side. Mike Morris has it. Sends it top of the circle to Mitch Kerber down in the corner to Cooper. He's the key individual for the Paden City Wildcats, according to their head coach, Bob Burton. Morris to Kerber. Top of the circle. Lets it fly. Good.
Well, I'll tell you, contrasted styles. Both of them playing defenses, zone, but different.
2-2 your score with the basketball. The Millionaires at Bramwell High School from Mercer County, West Virginia. The southern team against the northern team, if you will. In the Class AA Championship, the northern team victorious. It's Wheeling Central Catholic, 1 point better than the Vincent Tigers. In close, Lamont Woods connects on his first 2 points of the basketball game. It's 4-2. Bramwell on top. Cooper with the jump shot, partially blocked away by Lamont Woods, and he'll be whistled for a personal foul.
Shoemaker, the little guard from Bramwell, is coming up awful high. If Cooper, the guard from Paden City, gets that head start at midcourt, Fred, and beats him, he'll drive right into the middle, and he's going to come up right up against Lamont Wood in the middle of that 1-3-1 defense. That could be a key if Wood doesn't learn to play him tough. He can draw fouls on him.
Troy Cooper, a youngster that has scored 18 points in each of the first 2 games for the Paden City Wildcats. It's the first of 2 free throws. Your score is 4-3. It's now 4-4. We're tied again as Cooper makes both.
At 1-3-1, they'll pressure at midcourt. Paden City have one double team, then they jump back into their defense once the ball's away. There it is.
Doc Goings gets it to Chris Shoemaker near the midcourt stripe. Down in the corner. They work it to Sean Wright. They'll send it back outside on the right side to Shoemaker. Far side to Goings. In underneath to Jenkins. Pretty pass. Shot won't go. Tipped up once by Lamont. No good. Rebound pulled down by the Paden City Wildcats. Kerber gets it to Cooper. Way outside. Off the front of the iron. No good. Kerber has the rebound. Takes it to the hole. The shot won't fall. Rebound pulled down by Goings for Bramwell. He gets it over to Shoemaker. And the Millionaires on the run. Top of the key. Gets the pass down along the left side to Lamont Woods. His jumper's up and in.
Boy, he's hot right now, and they're going to him. Lamont Woods, an outstanding left-handed shooter with a soft touch.
2 field goals and 4 points. Your score is 6-4 for the Bramwell Millionaires. Inside, they try to get it to Harlan off his fingertips. First turnover of the basketball game against Paden City.
Cooper came up, looked over the defense, and saw Harlan open underneath, and he skipped it right clear across behind the defense, but it went out of bounds.
It'll be interesting to see if Shoemaker tries to find Lamont Woods again. As Jay mentioned, he's hot right now. He has 2 field goals and 4 of their 6 points. They lead at 6-4 at the 5:50 mark of the first quarter. Inside, they get it to Woods. Turnaround jumper, had the double clutch. Won't fall, but the loose basketball pulled down out of the air by Scott Goings. He returns it, puts it up and in. 8-4. Bramwell on top of Paden City by 4 points. In the corner, Morris, short jumper. Air ball, released, pulled out of the air by Sean Jenkins. And the Millionaires on the run again. Up ahead, they get it to Lamont Woods along the baseline. Trap, moves in under the basket, shoots the left-handed shot, won't go, and the rebound cleared off for Paden City. Outlet pass up to Florida Cooper. Across the timeline in the front court. Stops, dishes off in the corner to Morris. He'll send it back outside to Cooper. Near side, they get it to Kerber in underneath the Harlan. Drives the baseline, loses the basketball as he tried to go up. Chased down on the far side, though, by the hustle of Morris. Inside, he'll get it for the pass to Suter. Back it comes to Morris. Morris working with the pass outside to Cooper. Cooper now will set things again for the Paden City Wildcats. Kerber with the jumper on the left wing. It's good.
Well, both clubs right now are pushing that basketball up and down the floor. Defensive transition is important. You got to be able to stop the other team. There's a
what? Mitch Kerber picks up the loose basketball.
Sorry, what I was trying to say, I thought you were going to pick it up. Shoemaker was looking, talking to his coach when going through that ball back. And he laid it right out in the middle of the floor, picked up and stole it for a bucket.
Mental mistake by the Bramwell Millionaires, and Paden City cashes in and ties the basketball game at 8. Up ahead, Suter tries to go inside to Jenkins, gets it to him, goes up for the shot, fouled on the arm. The shot won't fall, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2 more.
Well, that was a costly mistake. Shoemaker looking at the bench and letting the ball flip away, but Goins should have checked it in the backcourt also. The last time down, I noticed that Paden City mixing their defenses up well. Coach Bob Burton went to a box and 1 and put a man and a chaser on Goins.
Barry Suter picks up the personal foul. That's his first, team's second. At the line to our right, we'll have Sean Jenkins shooting 2 times. He has 2 points in the basketball game, 2 of 2 from the line. Next one's up, won't go. Field goals right now in the basketball game, Bramwell. They are 3 of 6 from the free throw line. They are 2 of 3. Ready to go again.
Each club, Trevor, 1 turnover.
And Sean Jenkins gets the second of 2. We have a timeout on the floor. Let's take this opportunity to hear from Salem College.
At Salem College, it's the person who counts. The person you are, the person you wish to be. A Salem College degree is a goal to be reached in as many ways as there are students. With a student-teacher ratio of 14 to 1, every student can count on the individual attention he or she deserves, encouragement, direction, and recognition. At Salem College, no one is lost in the crowd, but many stand out. Salem College offers a wide range of traditional degrees in professional programs, the humanities, and natural science, as well as a joint baccalaureate nursing program in conjunction with the United Hospital Center. But Salem College is also unique in the state of West Virginia, with degrees in aviation, equestrian education, and museum studies. If you'd like to learn more about a small college with big ideas for your future, write Salem College, Salem, West Virginia, 26426. The West Virginia college that takes your goals personally.
Bramwell Millionaires on top by a point. 9-8 over the Paden City Wildcats. The Wildcats have the basketball. Troy Cooper into the front court on the dribble. Gets the pass on the near side to Mitch Kerber. Kerber has 6 of their 8 points. Far side to Morris. He'll bring it back to Kerber. Looks at the basket. Sends the pass to Harlan along the baseline. Near side. Shot won't go. Rebound, though. Pull down on the inside. Put up 1. Still won't go. Rebound this time. Pull down by Kerber. Tries to send it to the hole. Still won't go. And this time, Jenkins clears the boards for Bramwell. They had 3 shots, Jay.
And inside traffic, Jenkins went up strong.
With the basketball, Chris Shoemaker, a 5'7" senior point guard. Bounce pass on the near side to Sean Wright. He'll bring it back to Goins. They work it around the perimeter. Get it to Shoemaker. Back to Scott Goins. The 19-footer's good.
Well, there's that shot, and he has no jump shot. It's just a quick release push shot from outside. He has good range on it.
And Scott Goins extends the Millionaires' lead to 3 at 11-8. Kerber with the basketball for the Paden City Wildcats in their green uniforms today with the white numerals, the word Wildcats, emblazoned across the front. Jumper by Harlan from the near side baseline is no good. We have a foul underneath called against Bramwell.
The early part of this quarter in the half-court offense of Paden City. Fred, you've not been calling the name of Cooper, Troy Cooper, very much. That's because they have him down on the baseline in their offense, and they haven't been able to get him the ball.
Millionaires' Sean Wright picks up the personal foul. Cooper will be the inbounder as the Paden City Wildcats control into Harlan. His shot is blocked, but Mr. Sean Wright has picked up his second personal foul.
Boy, they don't even have a number for that play. It's worked for every club in this state tournament. That little shovel pass, slap the ball, push the ball right in the closest man to the basket, and they lay it right up. Either draw a foul or get a bucket.
11-8 your score. Harlan will go to the line trying to cut into that. Bramwell on top by 3. Mike Harlan, a 6'6" junior. Right hand has the first one up, no good. He'll have the second opportunity.
That's their first miss, Fred. They're 2 for 3 from the line, Paden City.
Both teams shoot well from the free throw line. I think it's a key. You have to shoot well, especially when you get to state tournament play. If you don't, you're going to be going back home on the school bus.
Good foul shooting, good rebounding, and good guard play. Get you state championships.
Alan Baldwin checks in for the Millionaires. Sean Wright checks out. And Mike Harlan connects on the second of 2 free throws. 11-9 your score. Bramwell with the basketball and the 2-point lead. Chris Shoemaker near the midcourt stripe. Picked up by Kerber. On the dribble on the right side, sends the pass to Baldwin. Baldwin puts the basketball to the hardwood, sends it back outside around the perimeter, get it to Shoemaker. Looking in the corner to Baldwin. Thought about the shot, now sends the pass back outside to Shoemaker. 3:03 left on a ticking first period clock. Inside, Jenkins forces the shot up in traffic. It won't go, but a whistle inside.
Well, once you post those guys up in low against that zone defense, and I think Bramwell's done an excellent job of getting right inside on the post. Once they get the basketball, they're all top not to take it away from the basket, but they all power inside. Very, very good fundamental basketball.
Foul was called on Lance Heasley. He came off the bench yesterday and did a real good job for the Paden City Wildcats.
One early indication is whether you're going inside or not is how much you're going to the foul line. You're going to go to the foul line more when you're going inside. And Fred, right now, Bramwell's been to the line.
Sean Jenkins is there for his 6th try. He missed the first one, and he makes the second one. He is 4 of 6 from the line. He has 4 points in the game. It's 12-9. The 3-point lead once again for the Bramwell Millionaires. With the basketball, Paden City. Kerber has it on the left wing around the far side. They work it to Morris in the corner. They get the pass inside to Cooper. Loses it on the floor. Goes out of bounds. Last touching the Bramwell Millionaires.
Well, Cooper gives the ball up once he brings it down and then cuts through the zone defense of Bramwell and hooks up in the corner, but they're double teaming him there.
Cooper gets the basketball into Kerber. Out front, 2:43. Clock is moving. We're in the first period. This Class Single A championship game, Paden City and the Bramwell Millionaires, both teams 26-0 on the season. In the corner, Troy Cooper has the basketball. Cross court, the pass goes to Morris down through the lane. Puts the shot off the glass, won't go. Heasley has the rebound, puts it up, rolls off the near side of the rim, and the rebound lost out of bounds. Last touching the Wildcats.
Well, I'll tell you, Troy Cooper, he does so many things for you, but I'll tell you one thing, he doesn't have to score a lot of points for his club to win, but I think he will today.
I think, though, that's why he was so important in yesterday's win. Only scored 18, but yet he accounted for a lot more than that. The basketball, Shoemaker for the Millionaires. Gets the pass to Goines. They whip it down in the corner to Baldwin. Back it comes to Shoemaker on the right side. Bounce pass far side to Goines in underneath to Jenkins. Tries to go to the hole. He's fouled again. He knows what to do with the basketball.
Well, they're rotating that ball around the zone defense of Paden City in every one of their plays. If we had a shot chart here, you'd see how many times. I'd say 95% of the shots taken, Fred, have been inside that paint close to the basket, where you're either going to get it or you're going to go to the foul line. That's the key. Paden City on the other end is 3 for 11 from the field, and most of their shots have been perimeter.
Easley picks up his second personal foul. He'll set down, and Jeff Anderson will check in. Sean Jenkins at the line for the 8th shot. He makes the 7th. It's 13-9. It's 14-9.
He's been the only one to the line, hasn't he?
That's exactly right. He has all 8 of their free throw attempts. 14-9 your score. A 5-point lead for the Bramwell Millionaires. Cooper dishes it off down inside, stolen away by the quick hands of Alan Baldwin for Bramwell. He gets it over to Shoemaker. Turnover number 2 against the Paden City Wildcats. Up ahead, Scott Goines shoots an air ball. Basketball out of the air, pulled down by Cooper. And as Scott Goines tried to steal it away from him, we have a personal foul whistled against Scott.
And Scott's upset because so many times you see a basketball player come down and take a poor shot, Fred, and that was not a good high-risk shot. It was about 23 feet out, and then he went right out and committed a foul right away, and that's out of frustration from offense to defense. He knew he took a bad offensive shot.
It happens so many times. 1:40 left in quarter number 1. Paden City trails by 5, 14-9. They have the basketball. Mitch Kerber on the dribble. Now send the pass in the corner near side to Cooper. Inside to Harlan. He works, makes the strong move to the hole, puts it up and in.
That's the first time a big man from Paden City has really powered to the basket. It paid off.
It did. The first 2 times he touched the basketball, he had a little short jumper on the baseline. This time he took it to the basket. Chris Shoemaker up ahead to Scott Goines. Pulls up with the jumper off glass. Good.
And credit Shoemaker with that. Made a good split in out front of that defense and got a good bounce pass off the Goines.
16-11 your score. Paden City trailing by 5 points. They have the basketball. 1:05 left in the first period. Cooper, corner near side. Hands high by the defensive squad for the Bramwell Millionaires, but Mitch Kerber connects again. From out front, he has 8 points in the first quarter.
He's been their key perimeter shooter.
16-13 as Paden City climbs back to within 3. The Millionaires have the basketball. Scott Goines picked up by Jeff Anderson. Takes him down in the corner. Now sends the pass back outside to Shoemaker at the 42nd mark of the first quarter. Bramwell with the basketball, leading by 3, 16-13. Baldwin almost has the basketball stolen away. Lost out of bounds off of hustling fingertips of Mr. Kerber for the Paden City Wildcats.
What a hustler he is.
Good little basketball player.
Stocky built.
5'11" senior. Bramwell gets it in to Goines. He'll send it back outside to Shoemaker. Back to Goines. 27 seconds. Baldwin has it in the corner. Back to Shoemaker. Top of the circle. On the dribble. Picks the dribble up. In trouble. Looking. Gets it to Goines. 20 seconds. Working for the last shot. They're on top by 3. 16-13. Far side, Shoemaker with the basketball on the left wing. Down in the corner to Baldwin. He'll let it fly from there. No good. Tipped up once by Jenkins. No good. Anderson has the rebound, and as he goes to the floor, he's fouled by Baldwin.
Boy, I really like the play of Scott Jenkins on the inside. My goodness, Fred, he battles, and he's always moving all the time. He doesn't stand pat on those offensive boards. He's a guy that really, the ball reacts to him, but he's not afraid to go get it either.
He's what I call sneaky tall.
You're right. He does. He plays above his size. He really does.
And he's picked up his first personal foul. They'll send Jeff Anderson to the free throw line. He has 2 points in this tournament. He's usually the first man off the bench for the Paden City Wildcats. At the free throw line, he makes the first for the 1+1. He'll have the bonus opportunity. He made the winning bucket in their sectional win over Bishop Donahue. 53-51, the final in that one. Anderson ready again. The right-hander makes both of them. Your score 16-15. 5 seconds left, first quarter. And Scott Goins launches one. Tipped up at the buzzer. Tipped up and in by Sean Jenkins. That's the play of my sneaky tall player. We've come to the end of the first period of play with your score. Bramwell 18, Paden City 15. This is the Metro News Radio Network. We have 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in this second quarter. 18-15 your score. Shot try taken by Paden City, blocked away by, or checked that by Bramwell, blocked away by Paden City. And Bramwell has the basketball now. The Millionaires of Bramwell High School, 26-0. Under head coach Robert Ray. Scott Goins dishes inside nicely to Jenkins. Turns off the glass good.
That time he just powered over Troy Cooper. I'll tell you one thing, a very even first quarter statistically. Paden City 5 for 14, Bramwell 6 for 13 from the field.
Sean Jenkins has 10 points in the basketball game, 20-15. The Millionaires on top by 5. Along the baseline, Harlan has the basketball. They work it around the perimeter, get it to Morris, moves in, jumps, shoots, it's good. Mike Morris scores his first 2 for the Paden City Wildcats, 20-17. This has the earmarks of a great basketball game, Jay.
Well, good pressure on both clubs. Both clubs reacting well to it.
And Morris steals it away under the pressure. He has 1 on 3, takes it to the hole, won't go. Rebound by Anderson, tries to take it back up, and we have a personal foul whistled against the Bramwell Millionaires.
I believe it's on Sean Jenkins.
It is. That's number 2 on Mr. Jenkins. Yes, it is. So he has 2. Sean Rife has 2. And Jeff Anderson will go to the line. He'll shoot 2 times. 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Jeff Anderson, a 6'4" junior, off the bench for the Paden City Wildcats. He can get his Wildcats back within a point. 20-17 your score. First one's up and good.
6 for 7 from the line, Paden City.
Jeff Anderson puts very little arch on that basketball as he shoots it, but it goes in. He's 3 of 3. The right hand up again. It's good again. This time a little more arch. Result was the same. Doesn't make any difference how you shoot it, as long as it goes through the hole. 20-19 the score. Bramwell on top by a point. They have the basketball. Near side. They get the pass to Baldwin. He'll send it back to Shoemaker. Shoemaker working on the dribble, being closely guarded by Kerber. Sends it up ahead to Goins. Back outside to Shoemaker. 6:35 and counting. Left in quarter number 2. 20-19 your score. Bramwell on top by a point. Goins with the basketball far side to Shoemaker. Shoemaker looking inside to Jenkins. He's trapped inside. Can't get loose. They'll send it back to Goins. Back to Shoemaker in the corner to Baldwin. Back it comes to Scott Goins. Left wing jumper good.
Very patient that time against the Paden City Neat defense before a shot by Goins.
22-19. The lead is 3 for the Bramwell Millionaires. Paden City with a basketball. Mitch Kerber, far side, gets it back to Morris. And again, Troy Cooper not touching the basketball near enough if you're a Paden City Wildcat fan. Morris with the jumper from 16, just off the right of the line, won't go. On the rebound, we have a whistle. Call this one against Jeff Anderson of Paden City.
Well, taking the long shots as the Paden City has done, Fred, you're going to have that ball bounce off the rim and come out deeper. And that time, the rebound did bounce clear out near the foul line, and Anderson came up behind and fouled.
All right, if you have a guy like Sean Jenkins for the Bramwell Millionaires, who has been mostly offense on the inside, certainly, and you got a guy like Mike Harlan, you would think they'd want to go to Harlan and let him take it to Jenkins because he has 2 personals already.
Well, we haven't seen that materialize. That's a good point. And right now, you haven't got Cooper involved in your offense either.
Alan Baldwin at the line to our right on the 1+1. The youngster has the first one up and good. He'll have the second opportunity.
7 from 9 from the field. From the foul line.
23-19 your score. Bramwell on top by 4. Very patiently bounces the basketball 4 or 5 times, then splits the nets with it. 24-19. The lead is 5 once again. And Troy Cooper has the basketball into the front court, gives it up now to Kerber, standing on the left side. Fake to the Morris on the right side, sends it to Troy Cooper in the corner. Back to Kerber. Now they get it over to Morris. Looks at the basket. Bounce pass comes back to Kerber. Far side to Morris. Looking in the corner. Can't get it to Anderson. Sends it back to Kerber. Down in the corner now. They work it to Troy Cooper. Back it comes to Morris. Goes through the lane. Jumper off the glass won't go. He tips it up one time, but this time Lamont Woods comes down with a rebound. And we got a personal foul whistled against Mike Morris.
Well, each time now, right now, Bramwell only giving 1 shot to Paden City. It's been that outside perimeter shot. So their inside defense and their perimeter defense have been good for Bramwell. It's been a key.
Aaron Jones will check into the lineup for the Paden City Wildcats, replacing Mike Morris.
Fred, 6 for 18 from the field, 33%. Paden City. That's just not their shooting style, but you got to credit the Bramwell defense.
Lamont Woods at the free throw line. First time the left-hander has it up and good. He'll have the bonus opportunity. You can't send the team to the free throw line as much as Bramwell has been there and hope to be victorious, Jay.
No, you can't, because they're just doing a good job either on the defensive end, on the offensive end. They're sticking the ball inside and drawing the fouls.
They've only missed 2 times from the free throw line. 26-19 your score. Your lead is 7. That's the biggest of the afternoon. And Troy Cooper lets it fly from about 22 feet. Won't go on the rebound. Pulled down by Baldwin for Bramwell. He gets it to Shoemaker. They whip the pass up ahead across the timeline to Scott Goins. Pulls up on the dribble. Gets it back to Shoemaker. And the youngster that Jay Jacobs likes controls the offense. Down inside. They get it to Baldwin. Tried to make the move to the basket. Slapped out of bounds. Last touching Paden City. Very cool customer, Mr. Chris Shoemaker, 5'7" senior point guard. Bramwell with a basketball. Goins, jumper in the corner, won't go. Rebound, chased down corner near side by Troy Cooper for Paden City. On the dribble, gets it across the timeline in the front court. Continuing on the dribble, down through the lane, puts the shot up. The foul's going to be called. And it'll go against the Bramwell Millionaires, Chris Shoemaker.
That time, that's where you get vintage Troy Cooper. He got the ball down at the other end of the floor, coming the full 94 feet with the basketball in the middle, looking to dish it off or take the ball on penetration. That time, Shoemaker cannot stay with him with a crossover move and committed the foul.
Did the little stutter step at the top of the circle. That's why Shoemaker could not get there in time to take the charge. He thought he might pass it off, but then Troy Cooper took it right on through the lane. Cooper hits the first of 2 free throws. He hits both of them. He's 4-4 and has 4 points in the contest. 26-21. The lead is 5 for the Bramwell Millionaires. Shoemaker with a basketball. Goes right through traffic. Now he's trapped. Picks up the dribble. Gets it on the near side to Baldwin. Back it comes to Shoemaker. And Paden City drops back into that zone. Shoemaker with the basketball. Closely guarded by Kerber. Sends the bounce pass out between the circles to Scott Goins. 4:30 left in quarter number 2. 26-21 your score. The Bramwell Millionaires with a basketball and a 5-point lead. Baldwin jumper from the corner. Won't go on the rebound. Troy Cooper yanks it off the iron. 2-on-2. Paden City with a basketball. Cooper pulls up short and hits the soft jumper off the glass.
Boy, they let him get him too quick that way. He got the penetration in transition. He got deep down inside and he used the glass well.
A 3-point lead for the Bramwell Millionaires. Almost stolen away by Paden City, but the Bramwell Millionaires control along the baseline. Baldwin is going to be fouled. We have 4:02 left in quarter number 2. Aaron Jones picks up the personal. 1-and-1 situation for the Bramwell Millionaires. Alan Baldwin will be at the line. He's 2 of 2 from the charity stripe so far this afternoon.
Sean Jenkins He's done a good job on the inside, but we haven't called Lamont Woods' name lately.
He has 6 points in the game, 4 coming in the first quarter. He's not had a field goal in the second quarter.
I was going to say, it's early. It was real early that he scored his 2 buckets.
Alan Baldwin connects on the first free throw. He'll have the bonus opportunity. Alan Baldwin, a 5'11" senior. Your score 27-23. He misses the second of 2 free throws. And Harlan cleans the boards for the Paden City Wildcats. 27-23 your score. Paden City trailing by 4 points. Kerber to Troy Cooper from 19-9. Won't go. Rebound cleared by Lamont Woods. And he has the foul committed against him by Aaron Jones. That'll be Aaron's second personal foul.
That time Woods got in, got good position from that zone defense of Bramwell's. Went up, and when he went up, he spread his body out, coming down those good arm spans. And he's a strong kid around the shoulders, Fred. And he held onto the basketball, was fouled.
A real smart rebound.
Yeah, he is.
When he spread his body out, as Jay describes, and the only thing that Jones could do was foul him. Nothing else left.
No, Jones was such a bad position going for the basketball, too. He just went into what was Lamont Woods' territory.
Lamont at the free throw line, misses the front end, and the rebound is cleared by Kerber for the Paden City Wildcats. He gets it over to Troy Cooper. Into the front court. Cooper brings the basketball. Clock is moving. 3:35 left in quarter number 2. 27-23. Paden City Wildcats. Kerber makes it 27-25. He has 10 points in the basketball game.
He's kept him in the ball game.
Bramwell leading by 2. Shoemaker and Baldwin break pressure, get it across the timeline. Now they've got Baldwin trapped, and the pass stolen away by Troy Cooper. 3-on-2. Paden City with a basketball. Cooper takes it to the basket. Shot won't go. Rebound cleared by the Bramwell Millionaires. Outlet pass up the floor to Scott Goins. Pulls up short, shoots good.
Well, I tell you, exchange of 4 points that 2 Paden City didn't get. Troy Cooper very upset. He thought a foul should have been called that time. And then Goins answers at the other end, and it's Bramwell by 4.
29-25. 2:55 left in the second period. Troy Cooper to Mitch Kerber near side. 18-footer off the front of the iron. Anderson has the rebound, but he's tied up by Lamont Woods. And the possession arrow pointing in the direction of Bramwell, but we have an official's timeout on the floor. Time for this word from Glenville State College.
If you're looking at college, you're also looking beyond, into the job market. A 2- or 4-year degree from Glenville State College can qualify you for an immediate and challenging job. Take the timber and recreation industries. As they grow in West Virginia, the job opportunities increase. A 2-year Glenville State degree will prepare you. These and several other 2-year programs, including petroleum engineering, food service managing, computer science, and business, offer students with special interests a good, solid education in their chosen fields. Glenville State's strong teacher education program has sent graduates throughout the nation, helping to fill the need for thousands of new teachers, and thousands more are needed. If you'd like to know more about Glenville State College, call toll-free. You'll find Glenville State's fees to be lower than those on other campuses, with financial assistance available up to $2,500 a year. Look to a growing college that has West Virginia's future in mind and your future at heart. Call 1-800-344-4407. You'll get a quality education you can be proud of at Glenville State.
2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half of this Class Single A championship game. The Paden City Wildcats 26-0. The Bramwell Millionaires 26-0. Your score 29-25. Bramwell on top by 4. And they control the basketball.
Not real good shooting by Paden City from the perimeter or from the field, but certainly from the foul line where they're 9 for 10. That's been a key for them staying in this game.
With the basketball, the Bramwell Millionaires. Cross court, the pass goes to Baldwin. He'll send it back near the midcourt stripe to Chris Shoemaker. Shoemaker working on the dribble, sends the pass down in the corner to Baldwin. Back it comes to Shoemaker. At the 2:30 mark of the second quarter, Scott Goins on the right wing. Cross court, the pass goes to Baldwin along the baseline. Can't do anything with it, sends it back outside to Shoemaker. Thought about going into Lamont Woods, couldn't get the pass to him, so he sends the bounce pass in the corner to Baldwin. Back it comes to Goins on the left wing. Shoemaker top of the circle. Looked inside to Lamont, couldn't get it to him. Back it comes. Baldwin with the basketball to Scott Goins to the right wing. Back to Baldwin. Corner jumper. Good.
Well, you know, he's had that shot 3 or 4 times. He's been hesitant. I'm sure Bob Ray has said, take that shot when you have it, Baldwin. That time he did. I think he's passed it up 3 or 4 times, Fred.
That's his first field goal. He has 5 points in the contest. 31-25 with the basketball. Far side, Troy Cooper. The Paden City Wildcats on the dribble. Brings it near side to Kerber. Back to Cooper. Long outside jumper. Yes.
Well, now Cooper back outside along the point against the Bramwell defense, where now he gets the basketball back.
I think that's where he has to stay. I think he's more effective out front than he is along the baseline where he gets trapped. And we have a double dribble call against Chris Shoemaker now.
Well, Chris Shoemaker sort of gave that one away himself. He stopped, he looked around, he bounced the ball twice. If he continued on, I think he could have pulled that one off and gotten by with it.
Paden City will inbound right in front of us. Lance Heasley will check back in. Jeff Anderson will check out for Paden City.
Turnover to sort of story in this game. 6 for Bramwell, 2 for Paden City. Both clubs handling the ball well.
Paden City with the basketball. A minute 25. Top of the circle. The long outside jumper by Cooper. It's good again. He has 8 in the quarter, 10 in the game.
That has to make Coach Bob Burton happy, and he starts to connect.
31-29 your score. Bramwell, the 2-point lead in the basketball. Shoemaker gets it across the timeline, and now that zone drops back for Paden City. Up ahead, they get it to Scott Goins. Back outside to Shoemaker. We're at the 1-minute mark of the second quarter. Baldwin in the corner. Back to Shoemaker. He'll work it around, top of the circle. Looking inside to Lamont Woods. Can't get it to him. Sends it on the right wing to Scott Goins. Now they get it into Lamont. He turns and shoots. Shot blocked away. Basketball pulled down out of there by Harlan. Outlet pass comes up the floor to Aaron Jones for Paden City. Drives to the basket. Scores. Called a personal foul. Aaron Jones will go to the line with an opportunity to give his Paden City Wildcats the lead.
Coast to coast, Paden City on the move. That time it was Jones and not Cooper, but he had some of Cooper's moves as he took it to the basket, drew the defense to him, and laid it up and off the glass.
And the second personal foul called against Chris Shoemaker. Aaron Jones goes to the line, 6 foot and a junior, trying to complete the three-point play. This would give his Wildcats a 1-point lead. He's good. 32-31. Bramwell trails by a point with 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Shoemaker getting around Kerber. Has the basketball. Far side up ahead now to Goins. Back it comes to Shoemaker. Between the circles, yo-yoing the basketball. Sends the pass on the far side to Goins. Back to Shoemaker. 29 seconds left. In the corner to Baldwin. Back to Goins. Long jumper, good.
Boy, ice water in his veins as he lets that one go from about 20 feet out.
He has 12 points in the basketball game. 33-32. Bramwell on top by a point. Troy Cooper calling for the final shot of the second quarter. We're at the 10-second mark. Cooper outside. He and Kerber passing. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Kerber in the corner to Harlan. 4 seconds. Back to Kerber. 2 seconds, 1 second. Lets it fly. Won't go. And the horn is sounded. We've come to the end of the first half of play with your score. The Bramwell Millionaires 33. The Paden City Wildcats 32. This is the Metro News Radio Network. We're at halftime at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Fred Persinger along with Jay Jacobs. This Class Single A championship game And the Paden City Wildcats 26-0. The Bramwell Millionaires likewise 26-0. The 1-point lead at halftime belongs to Bramwell at 33-32. Scoring by quarters, Bramwell outscored Paden City 18-15 in the first. Paden City outscored Bramwell 17-15, 33-32 at the half. And the difference, Jay Jacobs, at the free throw line.
I'll tell you, Fred, it's been a good game. It really has. I think you've seen strategy on the part of both coaches. The difference is that Bramwell 11 for 15 for the line, and Paden City 10 for 11. Pressure by Paden City has forced 6 turnovers from Bramwell, and Paden City's been able to cash in. On the other hand, Paden City has protected the basketball and only turned it over twice. So when you look at all statistics are key in any game, really, both teams have played extremely well.
And we expected that. Of course, both teams, as we mentioned, came in undefeated. And again, the only thing that we had, the only parameter we could measure them by, really, and to be fair about it, was the Metro News Power Index. The Metro News Power Index, the final poll, as we mentioned, showed that Paden City played just a little tougher schedule than Bramwell. And other than that, what else do you go by? Both teams undefeated. Both teams have been up and down, I think, to be fair about it, in this state tournament play. I think both coaches would agree. The only difference right now, the Bramwell Millionaires are on top by a point, and it's been that close.
You know, you talk about that power index, and I'll tell you something, that has been more discussion down here than has some of the basketball games. I think the coaches are into it. Statewide, it's been a tremendous thing. It needs to be shown in probably a lot of other states. There's just a lot of good things with that, Fred.
I know I enjoyed it every week I had it because I used it in all my broadcasts. Individually, the Paden City Wildcats have 10 points from Troy Cooper at halftime. Mike Morris has 2. Mike Harlan has 3. Mitch Kerber has 10. Jeff Anderson has 4. Aaron Jones has 3. The Bramwell Millionaires, they're being led at halftime by Scott Goins. He has 12. Sean Jenkins has 10. Lamont Woods has 6. Alan Baldwin has 5. That's the extent of the scoring in the first half individually for both teams. We're at halftime with your score: Bramwell 33, Paden City 32. You're listening to exclusive Metro News coverage of the 1987 West Virginia State Championship Tournament.
At the half, with Keith Appel.
Paden City and Bramwell have at least another half to go before they decide who will reign over Class Single A for the next year. Back on Wednesday, 2 Class Single A teams opened the entire tournament. Franklin and St. Francis started things off, and in the third quarter of that game, an 11-point St. Francis run forced Franklin coach Greg Smith to make a defensive adjustment.
We were not pulling a rebound on the backside out of our triangle. We were getting pulled across. So at that timeout, all we did was tell the big boy Bodkin, stay on the backside, don't come across the lane, so you're in a position to pull those boards. And I think from there on, we just pulled the boards a little bit better on the backside.
Meanwhile, St. Francis coach Dennis Kearns watched as his kids just couldn't buy a basket right down to the end.
I haven't seen the stats yet, but I can't imagine shooting more than 34, 35%. And the last 40 seconds was a capsule of the whole game. We must have taken 5 shots inside the paint there in a row to tie the game up. We missed them all. And you're just not going to win in a championship shooting 35%.
One of our teams today, Paden City, had to struggle to beat its quarterfinal opponent, Tigers Valley, and Coach Bob Burton was visibly distressed with his team's play despite the victory. The game was a lot closer than he thought it should have been.
Much closer. I thought we played, we just didn't take care of the basketball. We didn't play real well. I got to take a great deal of responsibility. I thought we were a little bit disorganized. And, we're very fortunate. I thought we shot well at times, but at times we shot terrible.
In the other bracket, undefeated Bramwell met Kermit, which led the Millionaires almost from start to finish. Almost. Down 14 points in the third quarter, Bramwell rallied to win 54-51, and Kermit coach Kent Hoke, after a bitter defeat, had praise for the team that beat him.
Bramwell's got a good ball club. They had a lot of poise tonight. They've been here before, and they're in shape. They know what it's all about.
Later that day, a game Hamlin team just wasn't big enough to contend with a much taller Pineville team and fell 79-66. In the semis, Paden City returned to form, grabbing a second-half lead over Franklin and icing the game with a solid spread offense.
That's kind of typical games for us. We'll be up 6-7 points in the fourth quarter, and we'll spread the ball out, and they'll begin to foul, and Troy's made as high as, I think he made 17 out of 18 foul shots one night. So I think that's a typical game for us today.
Then Bramwell sent Pineville packing by going right at the minute men early.
We knew we could take the ball inside on them.
You know, and we got started early, and our kids gained confidence as the game went on. And we know we could just take it at their big people anytime we wanted to. But I tell you, our people, you know, they're not that small. I mean, they play tall. They play tall. But they have a fine ball club. You know, Bramwell, hell, they played some people this year. They beat some good people. And we play tough people this year, too.
That's Bramwell coach Bob Ray. And now it's Ray's Millionaires and Burton's Wildcats. Another half to go. For the State Tournament Network, I'm Keith Appel.
Thank you, Keith Appel. At halftime, your score. The Bramwell Millionaires 33. The Paden City Wildcats 32. Will return in a moment with second half action on the Metro News Radio Network. And the semifinal win, he has a different sweater on for the championship game. However, Bob Burton has on the same green sweater, all three.
Yeah, well, we have to interview Burton, man. I'll stand about 6 feet back.
We're ready to go. Basketball action, quarter number 3. Maybe it's not the same green sweater.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's the same color.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, I got it.
Paden City will control the basketball as we get set to start this third quarter. They trail by a point, 33-32. Inbounder comes into Troy Cooper. He directs traffic as he controls the basketball. Takes it on the far side to Mitch Kerber. Back it comes to Cooper in the corner. They work it to Aaron Jones. He's playing with 2 personal fouls off the bench. Sends the pass back outside to Cooper. Far side to Kerber. Lets it fly from 18.5. Won't go. Rebound, though, on the inside by Jones. Puts it up. Rolls off the front of the iron. No good. And Lamont Woods is there to clear the boards for Bramwell. Chris Shoemaker across the timeline. Works the basketball. His team on top, 33-32. In the corner to Baldwin. Back it comes to Shoemaker. Shoemaker holding it high over his head. Sends it back in the corner near side to Alan Baldwin. Back it comes to Chris Shoemaker. Shoemaker did not score in the first half, but that's not his job. He leaves that to Goings and Jenkins, and they did pretty well. The basketball, they'll work it on the far side to Shoemaker. Back it comes to Goings. He lets it fly. He scores again.
Well, he really, when he gets that shot, he angled a little bit to the left. He really didn't square with both feet, but I'll tell you, he can knock it down.
And I've not seen his shot blocked, and it's amazing because he brings it from the waist. He doesn't shoot a true jumper, as you've mentioned. The basketball, Paden City, down by 3, 35-32. Harlan along the baseline far side, back to Cooper, top of the circle. The one dribble. Oh, nice pass inside to Harlan, and he scores, and he's fouled.
Let me tell you something, Fred. That was a difficult pass. He had to get it clear through the zone. He probably in this tournament has better vision than any of the top guards, and there's been some here. He can thread a needle, and we're talking about Cooper from Paden City. He split 4 people there to get the ball down underneath the Harlan.
And Alan Baldwin picks up the first personal foul for him this afternoon. 35-34. Harlan could tie this thing up. He's 1 of 2 from the line. He has 5 points in the contest. 6'6" and a junior. And we're tied. As the three-point plays made by Mike Harlan, 35-35. Your score, 6:46 and counting in the third quarter. Baldwin and Shoemaker finally get the basketball across the timeline. Pass on up ahead to Lamont Woods all by himself underneath. Pretty good pass from Jenkins that time.
It was a great pass from Sean Jenkins on that one. And I think they've changed it up a little bit. I'll explain in a minute what Ray's doing, what Coach Ray did at halftime.
37-35. Bob Ray Millionaires on top and deep in the corner. Millionaires, Mike Harlan, Paden City.
It's a 1-3-1 pressure, Paden City court, but they have Jenkins out the top, and he looks weak side once he gets the basketball down underneath.
Tied at 37. Bramwell with the basketball. Little pressure by the Paden City Wildcats. Now they drop back into that zone again. Far side, Scott Goings works at top of the circle to Chris Shoemaker. In the paint, soft turnaround jumper, Lamont Woods, no good. Rebound, cleared by Heasley for the Paden City Wildcats. And now an opportunity for the Wildcats to take the lead. Tied at 37. Troy Cooper gets it across the timeline, calling play number 1 as he advances. Pass top of the far side goes to Kerber. He lets it fly, no good. Rebound batted around. We'll have a whistle inside. Aaron Jones picked up number 3.
I'll tell you, the early part of this third quarter, I think they're playing at Bramwell's tempo. I noticed the last 2 times down, Fred, rebounds by Paden City. They have elected not to transition it, but to slow it down and give it Cooper and attack them in the half court.
5:41 left in quarter number 3. Bramwell and Paden City, 26-0. A classic single-A matchup for the championship of the state of West Virginia Class Single-A Division. Top of the circle, Shoemaker. Now they work it in the corner to Baldwin. He'll put it up from there. It's good.
Well, you're going to have to come out on him because I tell you, he's been told to take that shot. He can hit it.
He has 7 points in the basketball game. 39-37. Bramwell back on top by a bucket in the corner, far side. They get it to Harlan. He'll send it back to Kerber, top of the circle. Troy Cooper lets it fly. Yes. much more effective outside as Troy Cooper, inbounder, gets away from Bramwell, but Goins is there to pick it up. Gets around Troy Cooper in the front court. Now the pass stolen away from behind. Great defensive play by Troy Cooper. Knocked it back in bounds into the hands of Harlan. He gives it back to Cooper. Down along the right side of the lane. Shot off the glass, won't go. Rims in and out. But the foul is going to be called.
Boy, that was a series involving Cooper on that one. First, a great steal at the other end coming in behind. Then the ball given back to him, and he comes coast to coast. Gets that good penetration inside the paint where he's very difficult to stop.
And Baldwin picks up his second personal foul. Troy Cooper will go to the line. He is 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. He has 12 points in the basketball game. Shooting 2 times, he's 5 of 5.
And they are 12 for 13 from the line, Fred.
That's the way you win 26 basketball games. 40-39, 40-40. We're tied again. That coming at the 4:50 mark of the third quarter. The basketball, the Millionaires of Bramwell High School. Baldwin, Shoemaker, back to Baldwin across the timeline. Up ahead to Scott Goins. Has his shot blocked away from behind. And the basketball pulled down out of the air by the Paden City Wildcats.
Much better aggressive defense. It's basically getting back as Paden City. Once they beat their press, they hustle back. They've made 2 steals off that the last 2 times down.
Troy Cooper just wanting to pull the Millionaires out of that zone, so he stands out near the mid-court stripe. He and Kerber, I think, are just going to pass the basketball for a little while. 41-39, Paden City on top by 2 points. You got Troy Cooper, Mitch Kerber, and Aaron Jones out front. And now Bramwell comes out to match it up. Cooper gets around Goins, dishes it off inside to Harlan, and he's fouled as he went to the basket.
Sean Jenkins that time with his third. What Paden City's Bob Burton did, once he got the lead, pull Cooper back outside with another guard and stand there and bring that defense out because they want to put the ball on the floor to Cooper and let him penetrate and drop the ball off inside.
Sean Jenkins picks up his third personal foul. We've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take advantage of the timeout to hear this word from Shepherd College.
As a high school student, maybe you've considered college, but assumed it was out of your reach. Check around. You may discover that college is more accessible than you thought. Shepherd College, for instance, is a unique blend of quality, cost, and convenience. Shepherd is located in the Eastern Panhandle, where the employment picture is excellent. It draws on the Baltimore and Washington areas for educational experiences, internships and job opportunities, programs in 70 different fields for 2- or 4-year degrees, give you a wide range of studies. Classes are small, the teacher-to-student ratio excellent, and financial aid is available. College may be the best investment you can make in your own future. You owe it to yourself to see what higher education can offer you. For information about an education that's valuable, personal, and convenient, contact Shepherd College in Shepherdstown. From West Virginia, call 800-344-5231. Outside the state, 800-826-6807. It could be the most important contact of your life.
Jay Jacobs, you ever do any coaching at all?
Yeah.
How would you like to be 26-0 and knowing you're starting 3 juniors?
Well, that'd be good, but I'd still have a mission to get here. That's a good point you brought up because I'll tell you one thing right now. You wonder when you get here, you talk with these seniors, they say this is the last run, this is the last go. These senior-oriented ball clubs that come in here have that desire. We saw in that first game with Wheeling Central, Riesbeck and Wojcik. My goodness, the tears shown there in the victory. And of course, on the other end was Sean Jackson. Heartbreaking for him and for Fisher, the other guard. Tremendous amount of emotion.
Great played game. That Class AA championship won by Wheeling Central Catholic. Harlan makes the first of 2 free throws, misses the second, but Cooper's there to get the rebound. 42-39, Paden City on top. Cooper down through the lane, forces the shot after it won't go. We have a blocking foul call against Bramwell.
I'll tell you what, yesterday in the ball game against Pineville, Fred, this is the same thing that Paden City did. Once Bob Burton got the lead, he spread his offense out, spreading the defense out at the same time, and then they let Cooper alternate with that basketball and go down the middle of that lane because they are a great, and I say a great foul shooting team.
Troy Cooper 6 of 6, 7 of 7. That certainly backs up what Jay is saying. They've only missed twice this afternoon from the free throw line, and they've been there a few times.
And that's a coach who really knows the strengths of his ball club.
This time, the first miss of the afternoon for Troy Cooper. 43-39. The lead is 4. held by the Paden City Wildcats. Bramwell with the basketball. Shoemaker advancing on the defense. Sends the pass far side to Baldwin. Inside to Lamont Woods. Turnaround jumper's good.
Boy, he breaks low from the right side of the lane, comes right across, catches the ball, turns, and goes up with that left hand.
He does that so nice. 43-41 with the basketball. The Wildcats of Paden City in their green uniforms against the blue, gold, and white of the Bramwell Millionaires. Paden City.
You know, Fred, you wonder if they're just too cautious with the basketball. I don't believe so. I think this is their style of play. I think this is what Paden City has done in games all year long.
Troy Cooper takes it down the right side of the lane. I don't think they're putting it in the deep freeze by any means.
No.
They're just spreading it out the way they want it.
Right. They're not. They'll take the layup, but they'll get Cooper down the lane for the jumper or the foul. And right now, he goes to the foul line. He's tough. If it goes like this, and I don't know what Bob Ray can do except pinch in and try to double team some, but Cooper's such a great passer. Cooper's going to shoot 20-some foul shots in this game.
Cooper's been fouled by Chris Shoemaker. Shoemaker picks up his third. He'll have to be awfully cautious now. New face in the lineup for the Bramwell Millionaires, Anthony Walton. Now, here's a 5'10 freshman we saw the other day, Jay, that played a heck of a ball game. Troy Cooper misses the front end of the 1+1. Rebound is cleared by Bramwell. We'll talk about Anthony Walton here in a second. I thought he played a tremendous basketball game the other day in the quarterfinal round.
I'll tell you, he plays with such confidence. He's not afraid. He said, hey, I'm going to take that ball and go to the basket. I'll shoot any shot. He just does it.
And he whips the pass inside to Jenkins. The shot won't go. The rebound cleared by Cooper for Paden City, and very wisely pulls up, now advances on the defense, puts the whip pass inside to Harlan, tries to take the shot, and he's fouled.
Boy, this Cooper kid, he is so smart. He pushed it down, Fred, about over the midcourt line. Then he stopped and delayed, and what he was doing right there was sort of seeing which way that defense of Bramwell was going to come back. He knew they were back with 4 men, but not really set up. He dribbled the ball, looked it over, and then just shot a nice pass inside.
Credit Bob Burton for using the team with the people that he knows he has. He knows what Troy Cooper can do with the basketball, the ball handler he is. He says, we'll spread it out, you do your thing.
Right, keep the ball in his hands.
Mike Harlan makes the first of 2 free throws. He'll have the second opportunity. Makes both of them. It's 45-41. Good free throw shooting team, the Paden City Wildcats.
I'd really have to be, excuse me, Fred, I'd really have to be concerned if I'm Bob Ray, because right now, this is Paden City. They are really in control of this one, although it's only a 4-point lead.
45-41. Anthony Walton tries to cut into it. The shot won't go. The rebound cleared by Heasley. For Paden City, he gives it to Mr. Cooper. And Mr. Cooper's in charge right now across the timeline with the basketball up ahead. He gets it to Kerber. Back outside. To Troy Cooper down through the lane. Dishes it off to Heasley. The shot won't go on the rebound. The first foul, though, is going to be called against Bramwell. Not mistaken, I think Sean Jenkins picked up number 4.
Well, you're playing back there with Lamont Woods, or you're playing back there with Sean Jenkins, your big power people. They're not effective right now on offense because they're not getting the ball. On defense is sort of playing the back line, and they have to pick up that penetration of Troy Cooper. What do? Do you pop out or what? Try to stop Cooper. If you don't, he shoots a jump shot. If you do, he dishes it off.
Well, Jenkins didn't get 4, but Lamont Woods got his third, and that made me even more dangerous. At the free throw line, Heasley misses the front end of the 1+1. Rebound tracked down in the corner, and traveling is called on the Bramwell Millionaires. Turnover number 4.
I'll tell you, Fred, Bob Ray probably could use a timeout. I know he's looking 2:11 on the clock and probably wants to run it to the quarter, but I'll tell you, he could get in trouble here in 2 minutes very quickly.
The rebound was tracked down in the corner by Lamont Woods. He was the one that took the extra steps. And the turnover goes back to Paden City. They lead it by 4, 45-41. 2:03 left to be played. Quarter number 3 with a basketball. The Paden City Wildcats. Top of the circle, Troy Cooper. Far side. The pass goes to Kerber. Got it back to Troy Cooper, and he's fouled by Anthony Walton. That'll be his first.
That's just a freshman mistake by Walton. He took a risk. It just wasn't there. He tried to power outside and make a good passing lane steal on Cooper, but you're sending your best foul shooter line, although I believe he's been there the last 2 times and missed the front end of a 1-on-1.
In his first 7 in a row, he's missed his last 2 in a row. Standing up there on the front end of the 1+1, he makes this one.
He'll get on a roll now. He'll probably run off about 10 straight.
He has 16 points in the basketball game. Ready again. He has 17. And it's 47-41. The lead is 6, held by the Paden City Wildcats with 1:49 left and counting in period number 3. Shoemaker with the basketball for Bramwell. Gets it to Scott Goings on the near side. Looking at a 2-1-2 shifting zone by the Paden City Wildcats. Shoemaker with the basketball, top of the circle, now through the free throw circle, sends the pass far side to Scott Goings. His shot bounces around a couple of times, won't go. Walton has the rebound, sends it back up, still won't go. Anderson's there to clear the boards for the Wildcats of Paden City. And very wisely, he gives it over to Troy Cooper. Troy Cooper, semi-short haircut, kind of bounces as he comes down the floor, the hair does. Doesn't use near as much spray as Jeff Jenkins does. Basketball on the far side, Mitch Kerber. Pulling up on the dribble, gives it over. Troy Cooper, minute 4 and counting. Left in quarter number 3, 47-41. The lead belongs to the Paden City Wildcats. Mike Morris, Troy Cooper, Mitch Kerber. Just running a little clock, looking for the opening. And it's almost stolen away. It's kicked loose on the floor. Scott Goings comes up with it for Bramwell. But the mistake was caused by the freshman Anthony Walton. As he overplayed the pass in the passing lanes, kicked it loose. Scott Goings chased it down.
Very quick outside is Walton, but they're pressuring the 3 guards of Paden City and got in the passing lane well that time and set up the steal.
Shoemaker top of the circle to Anthony Walton on the far side. 25-second mark of the third quarter, 47-41. Paden City on top by 6. Bramwell has the basketball. Walton in the corner. Long jumper. Won't go. Off the back of the iron. Rebound to the near side. Into the hands of Cooper. He holds up one finger. Will be one shot with 10 seconds left. Across the timeline. Cooper in the front court. On the dribble. 7 seconds. Clock is moving. Cooper stops and pops top of the circle. Yes! He buries it. And the horn sounds as Troy Cooper buried it at the buzzer. We've come to the end of the third period of play with your score. The Paden City Wildcats 49, Bramwell 41. This is the Metro News Radio Network. We have 8 minutes of basketball action left in this Class Single A championship game. In that third quarter, Jay, Paden City outscored Bramwell 17-8 to take this 8-point lead.
And I'll tell you what, there's 8 minutes. How many more possessions and shots are Bramwell going to get at the basket, Fred? I'll tell you what, if they get 10 to 12 more, they're going to have to make them all count because Paden City is going to take care of the basketball, and they're going to run it down with Cooper in control.
Bramwell has the basketball to start the fourth and final period. Walton on the right wing, down on the corner, goes to Scott Goings, back to Walton. They give it to Shoemaker, top of the circle. On the dribble, he'll send the bounce pass. Near side to Walton, inside the paint to Lamont Woods, takes it up in traffic and scores. Lamont Woods scores again. He has 12 points in the contest.
And a big basket from your big man, Lamont Woods.
49-43 your score, the 6-point lead, and Paden City's doing exactly what Jay suggested. They spread it out. They let Cooper take control. He'll send the pass far side to Kerber. Kerber holding it near the midcourt stripe. Light pressure applied by Walton. Now Walton drops back, and he gets the basketball to Cooper. Far side again to Kerber, down low. They get the basketball to Harlan. They'll try and send it back outside to Cooper. Knocked out of bounds, last touching Shoemaker.
Boy, I tell you, I like the defense, and Bob Ray didn't have much time to set that up, but he put a little diamond effect in there. He's got Shoemaker guarding Cooper when he does it, and he gives up the basketball. I like what Bob Ray did there. Let's see if he can cash in on it.
The Paden City Wildcats get the basketball inbounds. Kerber, again near the midcourt stripe, sends the pass near side to Cooper. We played 1 minute in the fourth and final quarter. 49-43. Morris was wide open underneath the basket. No one saw him. Back it comes to Cooper. Far side to Anderson. In underneath. They whip it to Morris, and he scores.
Now there's my type of play. Right there. You just throw it across the defense. It tips off a man and goes right underneath to the other man to score.
What a beautiful pass from Jeff Anderson to Mike Morris. Blocking fouls no called on Cooper against Shoemaker. That'll be Troy's second.
It's only a team's second foul, though.
Morris had ran the back door twice. No one saw him. Or at least if Anderson saw him the first time, he didn't get the pass to him. The third time he ran it, Anderson whipped it in there, and Morris scored.
Well, you know, that ball deflected off of Mike Harlan. I think he thought he was going to get the basketball inside the post. Perfect pass. Timing was right.
51-43. Bramwell trails. Jump shot from Goins in the corner. Scott Goins scores again for the Bramwell Millionaires. They're back to within 6, 51-45. And the Paden City Wildcats go to work. They're spreading it out again. Inside, Anderson, very wisely, loses control and trying to come back outside, but Walton picked his pocket. Walton takes it to the hole, puts it up and in.
Boy, he blew by 2 men down there, and I'll tell you now, Bramwell with the momentum and only down 4 points. Anderson has hurt Paden City in this offense.
Anthony Walton kicked it into overdrive that time and just blew past 2 Paden City Wildcat defenders and scored the easy layup. 51-47. The lead is 4. The Wildcats control the basketball. Shoemaker almost called for the foul against Kerber. Gets the pass far side to Cooper. He loses the basketball. Outlet pass picked up, set out to Walton, and called the offensive foul. That time, the freshman should have probably pulled up, and I'll bet he wishes if he had the basketball back, he would do exactly that. Timeout has been called because they don't like the way things are going. Let's take a break of the action. Let's hear this message from West Virginia State.
West Virginia State College, the second largest public 4-year college in West Virginia, was founded in 1891 and has been continuously accredited longer than any other 4-year public college or university in the state. This proud tradition is strengthened each year as over 400 graduates begin their careers in West Virginia and across the United States. Over 4,000 students this past semester alone prove that State is a leader in the field of higher education. What makes West Virginia State College special? A modern 83-acre, easily accessible campus less than 10 minutes from downtown Charleston on Interstate 64. 95 years of academic excellence, a comprehensive range of associate and bachelor degree programs, one of the most modern libraries in the state, an exciting athletic program for both men and women, low tuition, a caring faculty and staff, extensive day and night class schedules, and a comprehensive scholarship and loan program. Contact the admissions office today or visit our booth at the state basketball tournament. West Virginia State College. Become a part of the tradition.
It's great to watch an exciting basketball game, Jay, and watch the coaches at work. Great offensive move by Bob Burton, and then Robert Ray comes back with a great defensive setup.
I'll tell you, Fred, I want to make a comment about Jeff Anderson, that 11th grader. What I meant to say was in this type of offense, I said he was hurting him. It just wasn't. You needed another guard in there is what I started to say. Not to say he hurt him. There's a young kid. He played his heart out, but he's not in the basketball game now. Bob Burton has made a move to go with a smaller lineup.
He's got Barry Suter back in there, who normally starts, so he's got his original starting lineup on the floor right now. Barry Suter is a 6'2 senior. A little bit of senior leadership in there as well with a little more quickness. The basketball, Morris traps, sends the pass to Suter. Back it comes to Morris. Suter knows exactly what to do with the basketball. As soon as he touches it, he gets it right back into one of the guards. Mike Morris. And Lamont Woods right now is covering Troy Cooper like a blanket. And all of a sudden, Scott Goins comes up with another steal. And a personal foul is going to be called on Mike Morris.
Fred, here's the change. What they've done, Paden City in the offensive end of the court has taken Troy Cooper, instead of positioning with the basketball out front, has put him on the foul line. And Woods has come up to guard him. Woods has bigger size, but Cooper just can't stand there. Woods is pretty quick, and he can knock that ball away. They were not able to get the basketball, Paden City, not able to get the basketball in on the foul line to Cooper. I don't know if this offensive set will work with Cooper on the foul line.
Now they've made another adjustment. Bob Burton's inserted Aaron Jones, another ball handler, into the lineup. Barry Suter will check out. 51-47 from the corner. Going shot won't go. On the rebound, the foul's going to be called against Paden City.
And I'll tell you, Troy Cooper can't believe it. The official was not sure which way to make that call. The outside official pointed both ways. They checked with each other, and the call went against Paden City.
Well, I was confused too.
I'm sorry.
It went against Bramwell. They pointed at Troy Cooper first.
Yes, they did.
And then they said, no, we changed your mind. It went against Lamont Woods, and that's his fourth.
Boy, that was a big call right there. Cooper had good side position with this lineup, and they're playing his own defense. Paden City is using Cooper on the back line of it.
Joey Cooper at the 1+1 makes the first. He'll get the bonus. 52-47 your score. 53-47. The lead's extended back to 6. Paden City has the lead. Bramwell has the basketball with 4:50 left to be played in the game. Up ahead, Sean Jenkins sends the pass cross court to Anthony Walton, the freshman. Top of the circle is Shoemaker. Shoemaker on the dribble, gets it back to Walton in the corner to Scott Goings, back to Walton. Inside the paint, they whip the basketball, tried to get it to Sean Jenkins. Lamont Woods came over. He intercepted the pass, but he was tied up immediately, and the arrow is pointing in the direction of Paden City. That time, Walton had the clear sailing pass to Jenkins, and Lamont Woods thought it was intended for him, and he stepped in at the wrong time.
Well, Walton's in there. Although he's only a freshman, he's in there because of his quickness and his defense. He does make some mistakes inexperience-wise.
Troy Cooper dishes it off to Harlan. Harlan tries to go up strong, and he's fouled on the arm by Sean Jenkins, and that'll be his fourth.
Boy, inside for Bramwell, their big boys are really in foul trouble.
You got Sean Jenkins with 4. You got Lamont Woods with 4. And you've got Mike Harlan at the free throw line. He's missed 2 times. He's 5 of 7 from the line tonight. 53-47 your score. Ready again. Harlan puts it up and in.
Foul shooting.
That's the key right now. It's been most of the afternoon for the Paden City Wildcats. They've been there a few times, and they've been successful. This time Harlan misses. Lamont Woods high in the air to clean the boards. 54-47. The lead is 7. Paden City has the lead. Bramwell has the basketball. Top of the circle, Shoemaker. Far side to Walton. In the corner to Goins. Bounce pass in to Sean Jenkins. Muscles it up in traffic. Won't go. Rebound tipped out from Harlan into the hands of Aaron Jones. He gets it to Troy Cooper.
Good job by Harlan that time, tipping the ball out.
Pass comes across the timeline to Kerber. He'll send it back to Troy Cooper, and again, they move Cooper back out where he can handle the basketball. Inside the lane, he bounce passes gets the ball into Harlan. He goes along the baseline to Jones, back outside to Kerber. Back it comes to Cooper. Cooper on the dribble, takes it through the free throw circle, dribbles right back outside. Whips the pass underneath to Harlan. Harlan puts it up, won't go. Gets his own rebound, puts it up again.
Well, he was lucky there. He saw Woods coming and didn't take it up the first time, intimidated a little bit. Got it on his second roll.
56-47, 3.5 minutes left in the game. The 9-point lead, and Bramwell wants to talk it over. 56-47 your score. The Paden City Wildcats on top of the Bramwell Millionaires. West Virginia's 74th state basketball tournament continues with Hoppy Kercheval in this Metro News Golden Moment.
March 25th, 1978, the old Charleston Civic Center. The Class AA championship game matching the Blue Demons of North Fork and the Mustangs of Mount Hope. North Fork led by the future mountaineer Russell Todd. Mount Hope led by a sensational sophomore standing 6 foot 10 inches tall named Earl Jones.
North Fork's leading Mount Hope. Russell Cobb with the ball 8 feet away on the left side. He takes the jumper. It's no good. Rebound ripped away by Earl Jones of Mount Hope. He starts up court with a right-hand dribble. Comes Jones over midcourt. It's 2-on-1. Jones behind the back, straight down the lane. He leaps. He slams it. Earl Jones, he can do it all. He took the rebound, brought it up the court, went behind the back, and slammed it home.
Jones' numbers for the game, 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 block shots. But while Jones won the matchup with Russell Todd, North Fork won the title. The West Virginia State Championship, memories that last a lifetime.
3.5 minutes left in this basketball game. From the free throw line, the Paden City Wildcats are 24 of 30.
Well, I'll tell you, that's great shooting under all kinds of pressure.
With the basketball, the Bramwell Millionaires will try and get it inbounds, trailing by 9 points, 56-47. Scott Goins gets it into Chris Shoemaker. Shoemaker, the youngster, stops top of the circle, gets it to Walton, the freshman, on the far side. Into the corner. He sends the pass to Scott Goins. Back it comes to Walton, to Shoemaker. He'll let it fly from about 18. Won't go. Rebound cleared by Mitch Kerber for Paden City. He gets it over to Troy Cooper. Cooper working against Shoemaker. Gets the basketball in the front court. Picks up the dribble. Gets it to Morris on the right side. Morris sends the bounce pass back outside to Kerber. At the 3-minute mark of the 4th period, Cooper down through the lane. Dishes it off to Harlan. Lays it up and in.
Great play. Inside pressure. 3 men around him. Cooper dished it off.
Cooper at his best right now. Dishing the basketball off. Pass comes up ahead to Scott Goins. Off the glass, shot won't go. Lamont Woods has the rebound, scores, and he's fouled. Lamont Woods got the offensive board, put it up and in. Personal foul going to be called on Mitch Kerber for the Paden City Wildcats. 58-49, your score. Lamont Woods trying to make it 58-50.
I'll tell you, Fred, that was a big move down the lane on that shot by Woods, getting that rebound, putting it up, because Paden City would have had the basketball with probably what would have been a 10-point lead, 11-point lead. Now it can go to 8.
With the left hand, Lamont Woods misses the free throw, a whistle underneath, and Sean Jenkins is fouled out of the basketball game.
Well, he was going for the basketball right off the board. Sean Jenkins, a heck of a player, done a great job for Bramwell today.
Sean Jenkins, he'll finish the afternoon with 2 field goals, 6 of 8 from the line. That's 10 points. Now, what's interesting about that, Jay, out of those 10 points, he had 8 of them in the first quarter.
Well, they did. They shut him down through 3 quarters of this basketball game, but I'll tell you what, he's a player. He's a kid that plays above his ability all the time, a real overachiever, a type of kid you'd really want on your basketball team.
And the kid that'll be back next year for Bob Ray, because he's only a junior. At the free throw line to our right, Mike Harlan. 1 plus 1 gets the first. Boy, he scored a bunch.
I'll tell you what, I like to have Mike Harlan on the line for me. I need a crucial foul shot.
6'6" and a junior. Reddish brown hair. The next one won't go. Rebound. Pulled down by the Bramwell Millionaires. Sean Rife up ahead. Gets it to Scott Goins. Off the glass. The running one-hander's good. Scott Goins scores. Up ahead. The Paden City Wildcats find Harlan. Bounce pass to Jones. Yes. Boy, they pass well.
They do.
61-51. The lead is 10 at the 2:20 mark of the basketball game. Walton, far side to Shoemaker. On the dribble. In trouble. Forces the shot up. Won't go. Rebound controlled by Troy Cooper. He's being trapped by Shoemaker. We'll call a jump ball situation. On the turnover, Bramwell will take the basketball.
Well, if you could read Troy Cooper's mind, when he got that ball underneath the basket, 3 men around him, and I know he was thinking, if I put it on the floor with these bigger guys trying to get it from me, I'll be able to control it and they'll foul me. But he really had 2 men open down the floor. One outlet pass, and there's going to be another basket at the other end. He ends up getting tied up in a jump ball situation. The ball goes out to Bramwell.
10-point lead for the Paden City Wildcats. Lamont Woods gets the inbound. His shot won't go. Too hard off the back of the iron. Rebound cleared down by Harlan. For the Paden City Wildcats, he gives it to Cooper. Cooper inside now, 2 minutes left in the basketball game. Up ahead to Harlan in the corner. Back it comes to Kerber. They've matched it up as they have Shoemaker all over Troy Cooper. In the corner, Sean Rife is going to be whistled for a personal foul, leaning in too strongly against Mike Harlan.
Well, ever since Bob Burton has pushed the basketball outside, opened it up, put Cooper outside, let him handle it, and spread the defense, he's been control of the game, Fred.
Sean Rife has picked up his 3rd personal foul. Mike Harlan's at the line. He spent a lot of time there this afternoon. This will be his 12th shot at the free throw line, and he makes it.
I'll tell you, Bramwell had one little run there, but that was it. Paden City pushed the lead back out through outstanding foul shooting, good ball handling in the half court.
Harlan makes it 2. He's 9 of 13 from the free throw line. 63-51. Your lead is 12 for Paden City. Scott Goins, shot won't go. In fact, it was an air ball kicked back outside by Paden City. Loose basketball picked up by Anthony Walton. Walton inside to Sean Rife, but he scores. Pretty pass by the freshman, and the timeout has been whistled by Bramwell. 63-53 your score. Paden City on top. Let's take a moment to hear this important message from the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission.
At Fairmont Senior High School, a potential athlete makes an agreement before he or she tries out for the team not to use alcohol, non-prescription drugs, or tobacco. The student understands that participation in athletics is more than fun. Any athlete is in a position of esteem, and self-discipline is one of the benefits. If you'd like to know more about the student-athlete contract and how it can benefit your own athletic program, contact the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission.
We have 1:35 left in this one. 63-53 your score. The Paden City Wildcats being led by Troy Cooper. He has 19. Mike Harlan has 19. Mitch Kerber has 10 for Bramwell. Sean Jenkins fouled out with 10. Scott Goins has 18. Lamont Woods has 14.
Fred, with 1:35 left on the clock, this is Bramwell's 10th possession. They just shot that 10th possession they've had. I figured they have between 10 and 12 during this last quarter, and they're on 10 right now. And of course, they're down 10.
The basketball will be controlled by the Paden City Wildcats. Mike Morris will be the inbounder. They're full length of the court away from their basket. They do it in under the basket of Bramwell. Lamont Woods will be guarding Troy Cooper now as he becomes the inbounder. They get it in to Kerber, back to Cooper. Cooper quickly on the dribble across the timeline, picked up by Scott Goins. And here comes Chris Shoemaker to chase him as well. He'll send the pass to Kerber. Back it comes to Cooper. A minute 24. Shoemaker's going to reach in and foul him. That's number 4 on Chris.
Well, there's no way you can get the basketball back. You go foul, Fred.
You have to do it. You have to do it, and what you're doing, you're either going to probably foul Harlan or you're going to foul Cooper because they're the only two guys handling the basketball.
Right.
And Cooper and Harlan both shoot pretty well. From the free throw line on a 1+1, Troy Cooper makes the first. He'll have the second.
Okay, this is a coach in Bob Burton I've known for a while. I'll tell you what, he runs a beautiful program up there, but he really knows his personnel and what they can do.
From the free throw line, Troy Cooper is 13 of 15. And it's 65-53, the 12-point lead for Paden City with a minute 17 left. Lamont Woods turnaround jumper short. Rebound comes off to Sean Wright, who puts it up and in.
Rebound basket by Wright.
65-55. Paden City's lead is 10 with the basketball. They get it into Kerber. He's fouled immediately by Sean Wright. That'll be Sean's 4th.
Well, Paden City, you think they've been shooting fouls through this ball game for 31 minutes. I'll tell you what, they're going to be in the line this next 106 probably every 9 or 10 seconds.
And ironically enough, this will be the first opportunity for Mitch Kerber. Has 10 points in the game on 5 field goals, 4 of those coming in the first quarter. 5'11" and a senior. Wears number 23 on his back. Mitch Kerber, the right-hander. Has the first one up, no good, off the back of the iron. Rebound cleared by Anthony Walton for Bramwell. Outlet pass up the floor to Chris Shoemaker. On the right wing, send the pass top of the circle to Walton on the left side for the jumper by Goins. It's good. Scott Goins scores again. He has 20 in the basketball game. They get the basketball into Kerber. He's fouled again.
I'll tell you, they're fouling Kerber, who just missed his last one. Paden City electing to go to him in the out-of-bounds play with Cooper taking the ball out. I guess Bob Burton figures, Cooper, you take it out. You know, you're the guy, you're the smart, you're the leader, you can do it.
Sean Wright picks up his 5th personal foul. He'll leave with 51 seconds left. They've already lost Sean Jenkins. He left at 2:45 of the 4th. 65-57, Kerber at the line. 1+1. Ready again, Kerber makes this one.
Well, how'd you like to have a club like Bramwell having Jenkins and Goins to start your season next year, both of them just juniors?
Bramwell not too bad, especially if you can add Lamont Woods to that lineup as well. This time, Kerber makes both of them.
Go get him a point guard and they're in business.
67-57. Paden City by 10. Goins jumper won't go in the corner. Harlan clears the boards. Bounce pass to Troy Cooper. Quickly across the timeline on the dribble. Down through the lane very smartly. Reverses the dribble. Comes right back outside, and the reach-in foul is going to be called against the Bramwell Millionaires.
I'll tell you, there's been some good, outstanding guard play in this tournament this week, Fred, but I'll tell you what, you better put Troy Cooper right up near the top when you talk about intelligence and how to run a ball club, because he can do it.
When you talk about state tournaments, you hear a lot of talk from press people specifically about good inside man, good outside man. I think this tournament, you may be right. We may have seen the better guard play this year as opposed to the inside play from the big men. We've seen some good. Mark Mason comes to mind, and Steve Dove from Morgantown and those kids. But I tell you, we've seen some outstanding guards.
Oh, we have.
Troy Cooper at the line. Makes the first. He'll have another opportunity. He has 25 points in the basketball game. New faces coming into the lineup, I'm sure, very soon for both teams. 36 seconds left, 68-57, make it 69-57. Cooper makes both of them. Here come the Bramwell Millionaires, 30 seconds and counting. Walton stops top of the circle, sends it back to Goins from 22 feet. Yes, Scott Goins has his 22nd point. They get the pass in to Morris. Morris is fouled by Goins, that's his 4th. 22 seconds left in the basketball game. On the far side of the floor, Mark Rexroad, a 6'1 senior, will come in. He'll play the final 22 seconds of his senior season, knowing he was part of the championship team. Billy Wax getting set to come in. He's a 5'11 senior. He'll probably check in for Morris if Morris is successful. At the line to our right, Mike Morris on the 1+1. Up, no good, off the front of the iron. Rebound cleared by Bramwell. Up the floor into the hands of Scott Goings, lets it fly, it's good again. He's got 24 with 15 seconds left. They get it in to Rexroad, and he's going to be fouled. And now you'll see Billy Wax check into the basketball game. Also, David McEldowney will come in. Barry Suter back out on the floor. Paden City Wildcats, 11 seconds away from Class Single A. State champions for 1986-87.
Fred, we sit right here and look straight across at both benches. On our right, we can see a very jubilant Paden City Ball Club, dressed in green and white for their uniforms. But off to our left, a very, very disappointed club from Bramwell High School came in here undefeated, really depressed.
At the line, Troy Cooper. Both teams unbeaten. One team's going to be 27-0, the other's going to be 26-1. I'll tell you what, 26-1 and being the state runners-up, it's not too shabby.
No, I guarantee you. And I'll tell you what, there'll be a lot of great accolades paid at their sports banquets in the next couple of weeks.
Troy Cooper makes both free throws. Boy, he's had a game. Troy Cooper will come out of the basketball game and jump into the arms of his head coach, Bob Burton, on the far side. McEldowney's in. 71-61 your score, the 10-point lead. Paden City going to be your new state champs. Up ahead, Scott Goings lets it fly again. In and out, won't go. Rebound, lost out of bounds. Last touching, Bramwell, 6 seconds. Paden City will control. They get it in to Billy Wax along the baseline. Wax will dribble, 3-2, throws the basketball in the air with 1 second left. He's going to go to the line. Lamont Woods.
The fans from Paden City got there a little early.
Lamont Woods will foul out of the basketball game. He'll finish the basketball game 6 field goals, 2 of 4 from the line, and 14 points. 1 second left, and at the line, Billy Wax with an opportunity to score in the state championship game.
Billy Wax, put him on our
senior.
Put him on our all-name team.
Have you come up with that all-name team?
I thought you'd leave me alone on that old Duke Dunkel and the boys. I tell you,
Duke Dunkel, Billy Wax. We got 2 of them. We'll have to come up with an all-name team before the award ceremony's over with. Billy Wax, got to be a thrill for this youngster. Right hand, a little too strong off the board. The rebound's cleared, and that's it. Paden City Wildcats. Our 1986-87 state champs, Class Single A division. And as the fans swarm out onto the floor, jubilant celebration. The Paden City Wildcats and head coach Bob Burton are 27-0. They have capped a perfect season with the state championship. The Bramwell Millionaires finished 26-1 and state runners-up. But again, they should not hang their heads about anything. The green and white faces are painted out there. It's a sea of green and white for the Paden City Wildcats of head coach Bob Burton. We have crowned 2 teams, 2 champions. We have 1 more to crown. That comes up tonight. The Paden City Wildcats, 71-61 victors over the Bramwell Millionaires. We'll be back to recap the game after we hear this from West Virginia Tech.
West Virginia Institute of Technology in Montgomery combines the features today's college student wants the most. Location, a variety of programs, a choice of 2 or 4-year degrees, to say nothing of athletic excellence. West Virginia Tech is located just 30 minutes away from the state capital and all the advantages the greater Charleston area has to offer. As the only technical college in the state of West Virginia, Tech offers over 60 different degrees, preparing students for careers in engineering, teaching, computer-related fields, and a large variety of other pursuits. Tech is close to many of West Virginia's favorite recreational areas, just minutes away from whitewater rafting, snow skiing, and golfing. If you're a high school student with an eye on the future, look to Tech. Call toll-free in West Virginia, 1-800-222-WVIT. Outside the state, call 304-442-3167. Find out more about West Virginia Tech and today's education for tomorrow's jobs.
Back at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, Fred Persinger along with Jay Jacobs. And as is the case, 99 times out of 100, Jay, you look to one side and you see happy faces and smiles, and you look to the other side and you see tears.
Well, that's just what state championship play is all about. And Fred, the key to this one was when Paden City took that first lead, I believe 41-39, right in that area, I know. And right away, Bob Burton said, back it out, spread it out. Let's bring him out of that defense and bring him out of that zone, force us to play man, spread him out, and let's go to work, Troy Cooper, and go to work he did.
He certainly did. He finished the basketball game with 5 field goals, 17 of 19 from the free throw line, 27 points, and yet he was not the leading scorer in the game. That honor will go to Scott Goins. He had 14 field goals and 28 points, but between Troy Cooper and Mike Harlan, they were a total of 26 of 32 from the line, just between those two.
Well, Mike Harlan's going to cash in. I'm sure he's going to buy a big pizza for Troy Cooper tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, this Class Single A championship was a brilliant one. 71-61 the final score. The awards ceremony about to begin. Let's join the voice of the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, Frank Blake.
On behalf of the Board of Control, the Board of Appeals, and the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission staff, we thank everyone for being a part of this 1987 West Virginia Boys State Basketball Tournament. It's unfortunate that the purpose of this gathering is to determine a winner, because in our eyes, all of the participating schools are winners. Back on November 17th, all teams in the state were equal, and each had the opportunity to be where these teams are right now. So it's a great honor to have come this far, and we want each of the participating teams to know that it deserves the respect and admiration of everyone throughout the state of West Virginia. The National Federation of State High School Associations' motto is that athletics is the other half of education. The West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission would like to take that a little further by saying that we feel that athletics also helps provide the discipline, integrity, and courage that is necessary to cope with the problems in life. And now we would like to recognize Mr. George Keatley and Mr. John Cole, West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission Board of Appeals members, who will present the awards to these outstanding basketball teams. Our first award will be the Sportsmanship Award, and the winner is Hamlin High School.
The Hamlin High School Bobcats, winner of the Sportsmanship Award in this 1986-87 Class Single A State Basketball Tournament. The Hamlin High School Bobcats. And they're waiting now for a representative to come down and receive that Sportsmanship Award for Hamlin High School. Hamlin High School came into the Class Single A tournament. Their opponent, the Pineville Minutemen, becomes one of the players for the Hamlin Bobcats. Hamlin lost in the quarterfinal round 79-66 to the Pineville Minutemen. The awards being made out at center court here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum.
The next award will be for the best cheering section, and the winner is Kermit High School.
And the Kermit High School Blue Devils, victorious in their region over the Hearts Lions, and they brought a host of fans to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. They have won the best cheering section award, and at least one member of the cheerleading squad will be out at center court accepting that award. Kermit High School.
And now the all-tournament team. We ask the members of the all-tournament team to come forward and remain for pictures. From Bramwell High School, Lamont Woods.
Well, you have to agree with that, Jay Jacobs.
Oh,
From Paden City High School, Troy Cooper.
I don't guess that's a surprise either.
No.
From Kermit High School, Edwin May.
He was the leading scorer for the Blue Devils, Edwin May. He makes the all-tournament team.
From Pineville High School, Jay McKinney.
Jay McKinney. He had a total of 40 points in the 2 games he played in the state tournament this year.
Boy, he's a nice player, young kid.
From Franklin High School, Jeremy Botkin.
There's your 6'6" sophomore, Jeremy Bodkin. He'll be back for a couple of more years.
From Paden City, Mike Harlan.
Not much of a surprise either.
No, he played well, especially today.
From Bramwell High School, Scott Goins.
Youngster just tossed in 28 points in a losing effort. Scott Goins named to the all-tournament team.
And from Paden City, Mitch Kerber.
Second year in a row for Scott Goins to be named to the all-tournament team, and Mitch Kerber to round out the selection. They put 8 on the all-tournament team selections, and they're all out there at center court receiving their plaques. Jeremy Bodkin has been joined by Jay McKinney. Wouldn't mind having that team put together, play a little
Nice
basketball.
club. Nice club.
All having their pictures made, a group picture of the all-tournament team, class single A for 1986-87. Left to be presented your runner-up plaques and the runner-up trophy, the championship plaques, the championship trophy and the game ball, the assistant coaches and the head coach for the Paden City Wildcats embracing to our right. Joyful time in Paden City, a small community. Ohio Valley Conference, northern part of the state of West Virginia. Boy, they played well.
Tell you, Fred, you know, this club out here, this all-tournament team, this says something for Double A in the
And
years
now
to
we
come
would like
because
to
they're young.
present the individual
Like I said.
awards to the runner-up team from Bramwell High School. Please step forward now to receive your awards.
Excuse me, I meant Class A, but it is a young team that's turning around facing us for pictures now. That's good, says well for that classification.
It has good size. Some great ball handlers. Troy Cooper and Mitch Kerber proved that. Got some great shooters. Scott Goins, Jay McKinney, and Jeremy Bodkin proved that. These gentlemen out there should be very proud. Edwin May, all of them being represented. Lamont Woods, boy, I'll tell you, what a game he played. As the Bramwell Millionaires are now accepting their individual plaques for being Class Single A runners-up for 1986-87. They will now be presented the runner-up trophy. Well, we got a classic matchup coming up tonight in that Class AAA championship game. Brook Bruins and the Charleston Mountain Lions.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be, I think, a club that last night, I don't just see how you playing better basketball than what Brook played against Morgantown High. I mean, they did everything that they had to do. They did it well. Charleston came out and played
And now
well.
with the team captains and coach from Bramwell, please step forward to receive the runner-up trophy.
Head coach Robert Ray will be joined by Lamont Woods, Chris Shoemaker, the two co-captains. Robert Ray pats Chris Shoemaker on top of the head, tears in the eyes of the youngster. Hey, he had a great year. 26-1, state runners-up. You can understand the tears, but still a tremendous year.
He's their point guard and leader.
Pictures being made. The co-captains and the runner-up trophy, coach Robert Ray.
And now with the members of Paden City High School, step forward to receive your individual championship awards.
The green and white of the Paden City Wildcats and their fans in full force behind them as Mitch Kerber and Troy Cooper and company shake hands with the Secondary Schools Activities Commission's officials and get their championship plaques. The championship trophy and game ball will be presented to head coach Bob Burton and his captains or co-captains, whatever the case may be. High fives going around. Very happy, smiling faces, and understandably so. The Paden City Wildcats, Class Single A, state champ, will return to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum in a moment. This is the Metro News Radio Network.
And now, with pride and pleasure, we present the Class A West Virginia Boys Basketball Championship Trophy and Game Ball to Paden City High School. want to thank everyone for being a part of this 1987 Boys Basketball Championship here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Reminding you tonight, we play for the class AAA Championship game in Wade Brook at Charleston. Game time is 7:15.
We're going to be talking with head coach Bob Burton of the state champion Paden City Wildcats in just a couple of moments. Final stats in the basketball game show the Bramwell Millionaires 25 of 52 from the floor, 48%. They were 11 of 16 from the free throw line. That's 68.7%. Paden City Wildcats 19 of 41 from the floor, 46%, but they were 33 of 43 from the free throw line, 76.7%. They turned the basketball over 6 times, while the Bramwell Millionaires turned the basketball over 7 times. And again, the final score, the Paden City Wildcats 71, the Bramwell Millionaires 61. And the Paden City Wildcats of head coach Bob Burton are state champs for 1986-87. We've been joined by Bob and Jay.
I'll tell you what, I've known this guy for a long time. And Fred, there is not a better individual, a guy sharper with his program than Bob Burton. And Bob, I tell you, I could almost read as soon as you got that lead early, you were going to spread it out and let Troy Cooper do it for you, and he did it.
Well, we felt like, you know, they were much stronger around the boards than we were. And, you know, they got an early lead on us, and we really didn't want to have to go to man-to-man, and somewhere we got back in it. I told the kids at halftime, I said, fellas, if we get up 2 points, we're going to spread it out.
Coach Burton, I talked with you yesterday, and the fact that on the first game, in your quarterfinal game, Troy Cooper had 18 points. The second game in the semifinal, he had a different 18 points. This afternoon, he scores 27. I think we saw Troy Cooper at his best possibly in yesterday's game and this afternoon's game, dishing it off, doing the things that he had to do for your team.
Well, you know, I felt kind of bad after the first game because Troy's responsible for us being here. I mean, he just played super all year. And, you know, he and I had a talk after the first game, and I said, Troy, look, I said, there's a lot of pressure on you. Let's go into this next game. If the shots come, take them. Don't try to force them. And, of course, today I told him before the game that he's going to have to shoot a little more. But I don't think, you know, he made a lot of foul shots, I know, and he didn't really force up that many bad shots.
Well, that's my point. I think that of all the guards, there's been good guard play in this tournament in all 3 classifications. He's the one kid that I like. He plays it smart. When he makes that penetration, he's under control. Very few charges. He gets the ball to the open man, and he always, Bob, seems to get the pass to the right guy.
Well, you know, he's done this for us all year. Troy is a great player, and I think, you know, with a little bit of work, he's going to help somebody on the college level. He realized he's got to change some things. You know, we had some trouble with his shot. He's got his hand too high on the ball, but we didn't want to mess with that, you know, till he's going to have to do that on his own.
Right.
You know?
You talk about free throws, Bob. In the basketball game, Troy alone was 17 of 19 from the floor, or from the free throw line. But your team, 33 of 43 in a pressure game. Both teams undefeated. That's just tremendous free throw shooting.
I'm going to tell you what, these kids have been great all year. You don't go 27-0 without pressure players, because we've played some good teams, and, you know, we've had to come through at times. And this is kind of a typical game.
Excuse me, let me ask you one thing, Bob. You know, Fred brought it up, and I said I was going to stand 6 feet away from you when we did this interview if you won the basketball game. How long's this sweater been on, buddy?
I've had this sweater on for all 27 of them. I may burn them when I get home.
No, you're not going to do that.
That sweater's 27-0.
Right, and these pants and this shirt.
Well, I'm going to get 12 feet back in, Burton. That's what I'm going to do.
Bob Burton and the Paden City Wildcats. Again, you look down at your roster, okay? You're 27-0. You're Class Single A state champs. And my goodness gracious, you got Mike Morris coming back. You've got Mike Harlan coming back. You look, you've got Jeff Anderson coming back off the bench. Aaron Jones, who played a lot today. Lance Heasley. You got to be a smile on your face.
Well, you know, we're going to have to work with some guards. If we get some good guard play, we'll be a very competitive team next year. We felt, you know, there's only 4 kids here we were here last year, and there's only 4 of these kids that are returning. We got 8 new people there. So if we can come up with a couple guards, I think we're going to be very competitive.
What about your feeder program, Bob? Is it something that could you see this club coming early? I mean, was there any in the early part of the season? Is there something that put it together? You knew you had Cooper, so you build around him, which is smart. But I'm just saying, is this something you saw down the road building towards this? Not only a championship, but an undefeated season now.
Well, you know, these kids have been winners all the way up through from 5th grade up, the 2 classes there, and they've done an excellent job. I got to give credit to our junior high program. we've had a lot of good people work with these kids. You know, any coach that thinks that he does it all, I think is in the wrong game. If you don't have good people around you, you're lost.
Bob, 1987 Class Single A state champions, undefeated. Tell me